My controlling boyfriend destroyed my most prized possession and I don't know how to leave. When I first moved in with him, he made me throw out almost everything I had left of my sweet baby boy, Liam, who passed away a year before we got together. He fell victim to a really aggressive cancer just after he turned 6 years old. By the time the doctors found it, it was already too late, and all we could do was make him comfortable. Now I'm staring at the shattered pieces of the Christmas ornament my son made for me in kindergarten. It's the only physical reminder I have left of him, and it's been reduced to fragments of clay and glitter scattered across the kitchen floor. I stood frozen, half in shock, and half in fear. My boyfriend has never hit me before, but there was a nagging thought in the back of my mind that he was definitely capable of it. Especially now, since I've never seen him get this mad before. "You think you can just leave me like this, Evelyn?" he yelled. "After the life I've given you?" Everything in my being wanted to bolt for the front door and never look back, but I couldn't move a muscle. My eyes were still fixated on the exact tile the ornament made contact with, and I'm sure my mouth was stuck open. He lowered his voice a little and told me that I belonged to him and that if I ever tried to leave him again there would be much worse consequences to come. My shaky knees finally gave out from under me and I started bawling into my hands. I just wanted to be free. I gave up everything for my boyfriend, my career, my parents back home, all my friends, just because I was infatuated with this man. After my son passed and I found out about my ex-husband's affair, my whole world was turned upside down. I took to online dating just to find someone to talk to. I craved being loved by someone so bad that I missed all the red flags. He would demand to know where I was and who I was with. I had to send him pictures to prove that I wasn't hanging around any other men, and I even got Live 360 so he could see where I was at all times. My friends tried to warn me so many times, but after 6 months of talking to Dom online, I found myself packing all my things into boxes and getting a plane ticket for halfway across the country to live with him. I knew in my gut it was a bad idea, but I just chalked it up to nerves since I had never been on a plane before. He knew my past and told me that we would start a whole new life together and told me that it would be best if we got rid of anything from my old life, which is how he convinced me to throw out most of my son's things. He went through everything I had and tossed my son's baby blanket, a onesie, and some school papers I hung onto and anything else that looked like it once belonged to Liam. He wouldn't even let me talk to the friends I had back home because they were part of my old life. Not sure how he missed the ornament, but it soon became a comfort piece for me, so I hid it in a dresser he cleared out for my clothes. Every now and then I would hold it and think about how he would laugh, or how excited he was for his first day of school. Sometimes I would tear up because I was thinking about how much I loved him and wished he was still around. I really would trade the world to have my son back. Especially now because Dom's controlling behaviors got worse just a few weeks after I moved into his place. The only time I even left the house was when we went to the store together, or when he wanted me to pick up something for him. If I made an extra stop or got anything for myself, he would flip out on me when I got back, saying I betrayed his trust and that it was the last time he would let me do something like that alone. On top of that, he demanded that I stay fit because he didn't want to date a fat girl and made me walk a few miles on the treadmill every day and would put a workout routine on the fridge for me every other morning. It took a long time, but I finally realized that he was treating me like a pet. It's like I wasn't even human to him. It took even longer to muster up the courage to tell him I wanted to go back home and that this wasn't going to work for me. But when I did, he went on an absolute rampage and tore all the drawers out of the dresser and scattered my clothes around the room while he was yelling about how ungrateful I was. That's when he found the ornament. He went completely silent as he held it in his hand, then held it up to me and asked, "What is this?" My voice got real small and I muttered, "It's the only thing I have left of him." He stormed out of the room without saying a single word and I chased after him, pleading with him to not throw it away, tears streaming down my face. I finally caught up to him in the kitchen. He looked me in the eyes and told me that my old life and my son were gone. Then threw the most precious thing I owned, the only thing that linked me to my angel, at the tile, where it exploded into a million little pieces. My heart shattered with it. I'm writing this from the bathroom because I don't know what to do anymore. I feel like I've been imprisoned here. I don't have a car, I don't have money, and he works from home so I can't get a second alone. How do I get out of this? I just want to go back home.